English practice every day. Improve your English fluency. English speaking practice. Graded reader. Welcome to my channel, English Speaking. Let me start today with a small story. A story that might sound familiar. There was a learner. Let us call her a learner like you. She had studied English for 3 years. She knew hundreds of words. She understood grammar rules that even some native speakers could not explain. She could read articles. She could follow videos. She could pass tests. But there was a moment she was afraid of. The moment when someone she did not expect turned to her and said something in English. A neighbor, a coworker, a person in a shop, a simple question, a casual comment. And in that moment, all 3 years of study seemed to vanish. Her mind emptied. Her mouth went dry, and she said something short and safe and walked away, feeling like all her effort had been for nothing. Does that feel familiar? If it does, I want you to stay with me today, because today, we are not going to add more knowledge to the pile. We are going to do something different. We are going to take the English you already have and teach it to come out of your mouth in real life. That is the whole goal. Not more English, more usable English. Not more knowledge, more access. And before we begin, one thing. Write the words "I am focused" in the comments below, right now. Because the people who write those words are the ones who take this seriously. And taking it seriously is the first step toward changing it. Write it. Then let us begin. Here is a truth that took me a long time to understand. There are 2 kinds of English inside you right now. The first kind is passive English. This is the English you understand but do not use. You recognize it when you hear it. You know what it means when you read it. But it stays quiet. It sits inside you, understood but unused. Passive. The second kind is active English. This is the English that comes out. The English you actually speak. The words and phrases that arrive when you need them. Active. Now here is the important part. Most learners have a huge amount of passive English and a small amount of active English. They understand far more than they can say. And that gap between what you understand and what you can produce is exactly where the frustration lives. You feel it every time you understand a whole conversation but cannot join it. Every time you know exactly what you want to say but cannot find the words fast enough. Every time you think of the perfect response 10 minutes after the conversation ended. The good news is this. You do not need to learn more English to close that gap. You need to activate the English you already have. You need to move it from the passive side to the active side, from understanding to speaking, from knowing to using. And that movement happens through one thing. Practice. Real, daily, spoken practice. So today, we practice. Together. Right now. Let us start with the single most important habit for natural speaking. And it is not a grammar habit. It is not a vocabulary habit. It is a thinking habit. Thinking directly in English. Right now, most of the time, your thoughts happen in your first language. And when you want to speak English, you translate. You think of the idea in your language. You convert it to English. You check it. You speak it. That process is slow, and it is the reason your speaking feels heavy. But here is something interesting. You do not translate everything. There are already some English thoughts that arrive directly. When you see a stop sign, you probably think stop, not the word in your language. When something is good, you might already think okay or good directly. Some English is already living in your direct thought space. Our job is to grow that space, to move more and more of your everyday thoughts into direct English. And we start with the smallest, simplest thoughts, the ones that repeat every single day. Let us practice this right now. I am going to describe a situation, and I want you to think the English thought directly, not translate. Just let the simple English arrive. You wake up and you are still tired. The direct thought is, I am so tired. Say it. I am so tired. You look outside and it is raining. The direct thought is, it is raining. Say it. It is raining. You are hungry and it is almost lunchtime. The direct thought is, I am hungry. Say it. I am hungry. You finished something you needed to do. The direct thought is, finally, it is done. Say it. Finally, it is done. You cannot find your keys. The direct thought is, where are my keys? Say it. Where are my keys? Now notice something. All of those thoughts are tiny. They use the simplest possible words, and that is exactly why they work. Because your everyday life is full of tiny moments, and if you attach a tiny English thought to each one, you are practicing English hundreds of times a day without any study session at all. This is the foundation of thinking in English. Not deep philosophical reflection in English, not complex ideas in English, just the small, immediate thoughts of daily life, arriving directly in English, again and again, until English becomes the natural language of your ordinary mind. Let me give you a practice for this that you can start today. Choose one part of your morning routine. Just one. Maybe making coffee. Maybe getting dressed, maybe the walk to your transport. And during that one part, think only in English. Small thoughts, simple thoughts about what you are doing and what you see and how you feel. Making coffee might sound like this in your mind. I need coffee. The water is heating up. I am almost out of milk. This mug is my favorite. It smells good. I feel more awake already. 6 small thoughts during something you do every single day. And over weeks, that one small zone of direct English thinking begins to spread. It spreads to other parts of your day. It becomes a habit. And one day you notice that you have been thinking in English without even deciding to. That is when things start to change. Now, let us move to speaking. Because thinking in English is the foundation, but speaking is where fluency lives. And I want to start with the most important principle of natural speaking. Keep it simple. Many learners believe that good English means complicated English, long sentences, advanced vocabulary, sophisticated grammar. And so they try to speak that way, and they get stuck. Because complicated English requires more control than real-time conversation allows. But here is the truth about how people actually talk. Native speakers, in everyday conversation, use simple English most of the time. Short sentences, common words, easy structures. They save the complicated language for writing, for formal situations, for careful communication. In normal daily chat, they keep it simple, because simple is fast, and conversation moves fast. So your goal is not to sound impressive. Your goal is to sound natural, and natural is simple. Let me show you what this looks like. Imagine someone asks you why you were late. The complicated version, the version many learners try to build, sounds like this. The reason for my delay was that there was an unexpected problem with the transportation system, which caused a significant disruption to my planned schedule. That is grammatically fine, but nobody talks like that in a casual conversation. It is too heavy, and building it in real time is exhausting. The natural version sounds like this. Sorry, the bus was late. There was some kind of problem. I could not do anything about it. 3 short sentences. Simple words. and it communicates the exact same thing. But it is speakable. It is natural. It is real. Say that natural version with me. Say each sentence. Sorry, the bus was late. Say it. Sorry, the bus was late. There was some kind of problem. Say it. There was some kind of problem. I could not do anything about it. Say it. I could not do anything about it. Feel how light those sentences are. Feel how they come out easily. That lightness is not a lower level of English. That lightness is fluency, because fluency is not about complexity. Fluency is about ease. Let me give you a rule that will change how you speak. One idea, one sentence. Do not put 3 ideas in one sentence. Put one idea in one sentence, then start a new sentence for the next idea. This keeps each sentence light. It keeps your brain free, and it keeps the conversation moving. Let us practice this. I am going to give you a situation with several ideas, and instead of combining them into one heavy sentence, we will say them as separate light sentences. The situation. You went to a restaurant, the food was good, but the service was slow and you probably will not go back. The heavy way tries to put all of that in one sentence. The light way separates it. I went to a restaurant yesterday. Say it. I went to a restaurant yesterday. The food was really good. Say it. The food was really good, but the service was very slow. Say it. But the service was very slow. I probably will not go back. Say it. I probably will not go back. 4 ideas, 4 sentences. Each one simple, each one clear. And together, they tell a complete story. That is natural speaking. One idea at a time. Now let us talk about something that makes speaking dramatically faster. Ready-made expressions. When you speak your first language, you do not build every sentence from individual words. You use whole chunks, complete pieces of language that you have said thousands of times. They come out as single units without any assembly. English works the same way for fluent speakers, and it can work that way for you too. You just need to collect the right chunks and practice them until they become automatic. Let me give you a collection of everyday expressions, the kind that appear in almost every casual conversation. Say each one after me. By the way. Say it. By the way. That reminds me. Say it. That reminds me. Come to think of it. Say it. Come to think of it. To be honest. Say it. To be honest. Say it. You know what? Say it. You know what? The thing is, say it. The thing is. Anyway, say it. Anyway, like I said. Say it. Like I said. At the end of the day. Say it. At the end of the day. Now these expressions do something special. They are the connective tissue of conversation. They link your ideas together. They give your speech a natural rhythm, and they buy you small moments of time while you think about what comes next. Watch how they work inside real speech. By the way, did you finish that thing you were working on? To be honest, I am not sure I can make it tonight. The thing is, I have been really busy lately. Anyway, let me know what works for you. Those expressions make the English flow. They make it sound like a real person talking and not like someone reading sentences from a book. Let me give you another category. The expressions people use to react and respond in conversations. Fair enough. Say it. Fair enough. That makes sense. Say it. That makes sense. I see what you mean. Say it. I see what you mean. No worries. Say it. No worries. It is up to you. Say it. It is up to you. Sounds good to me. Say it. Sounds good to me. I guess so. Say it. I guess so. Either way is fine. Say it. Either way is fine. Now say those 2 groups together, all of them, in a continuous flow. Do not stop between them. Just let them run. By the way, that reminds me. Come to think of it, To be honest, you know what? The thing is. Anyway, like I said, at the end of the day. Fair enough. That makes sense. I see what you mean. No worries. It is up to you. Sounds good to me. I guess so. Either way is fine. 18 expressions. Now, living a little closer to the surface of your speaking. And here is the important part. You do not learn these by memorizing them once. You learn them by using them. Choose 2 or 3 this week. Just 2 or 3. And find real moments to use them. In a message. In a conversation. In your self-talk. Use them until they feel like yours. Because a phrase you have used is worth 10 phrases you have only studied. Now I want to give you a skill that most learners completely overlook, and it is the skill that keeps conversations alive. Asking questions back. Here is what happens in most learner conversations. Someone asks you a question. You answer. Then there is silence. And in that silence, you feel pressure to say something more, but you do not know what. And the conversation dies. Not because your English was bad, but because you did not know how to keep it going. The secret to keeping a conversation alive is simple. After you answer, ask a question back. This turns a one-way interview into a two-way exchange. It takes the pressure off you and puts it on the other person. And it shows that you are interested, which makes people enjoy talking with you. Let me show you how this works. Someone asks, "What do you do on weekends?" You answer, "I usually relax at home." But then, instead of stopping, you add a question. "What about you? What do you usually do?" That small addition, "What about you?" changes everything. Now the other person is talking. You are listening. The pressure is off. And the conversation continues naturally. Let us practice some of these return questions. They are short, they are easy, and they are incredibly useful. Say each one after me. What about you? Say it. What about you? How about you? Say it. How about you? And you? Say it. And you? What do you think? Say it. What do you think? Have you ever tried that? Say it. Have you ever tried that? Do you do that too? Say it. Do you do that too? What would you do? Say it. What would you do? Really? Tell me more. Say it. Really? Tell me more. Now here is how you use them. You answer any question. Then you add one of these. Watch how natural it becomes. Someone asks, "Did you have a good weekend?" You say, "Yeah, it was pretty relaxing." How about you? Someone asks, "Do you like this kind of weather?" You say, "Honestly, not really. I prefer the sun." What about you? Someone asks, "Are you learning any new skills?" You say, "Actually, yes, I am working on my English." Do you speak other languages? See how the conversation keeps flowing? You are not just answering and waiting. You are answering and returning. And that return is what makes you an active participant instead of a nervous responder. Practice this pattern. Answer, then ask back. Answer, then ask back. Make it a habit. Because a conversation where both people ask questions is a conversation that takes care of itself. And a conversation that takes care of itself is one where you can relax and enjoy speaking. There is another kind of question that deepens conversations, follow-up questions. These are questions about what the person just said, and they show that you were really listening. If someone says they went to a new restaurant, you can ask, "Oh, nice, what did you have?" If someone says they are learning to cook, you can ask, "That is cool, what have you made so far?" If someone says they had a busy week, you can ask, "Really? What kept you so busy?" Follow-up questions are magic in conversation. They make the other person feel heard. They give you more to respond to. and they keep the topic going without you having to introduce anything new. Let us practice building follow-up questions. I will say something, and you respond with a follow-up question, quickly, naturally. I just got back from a trip. Your follow-up question. Maybe you asked, "Oh, nice, where did you go?" "I started a new job last month." Your follow-up. Maybe, "That is exciting. How is it going?" "I have been really into photography lately." Your follow-up. Maybe, "Cool. What do you like to photograph?" Every follow-up question you ask keeps the conversation moving and takes the pressure off you. And the more you practice them, the more automatic they become. Until one day, in a real conversation, the follow-up question just arrives, without effort, without planning, naturally, because a phrase you have used is worth 10 phrases you have only studied. Now, let us talk about speed, because one of the biggest differences between a learner and a natural speaker is how fast they respond. In a real conversation, you do not have 10 seconds to think. You have 1 or 2. Someone asks you something, and the space for your answer is short. If you fill that space with silence while you construct the perfect sentence, the moment passes. The energy of the conversation drops, and you feel that familiar pressure rising. So we need to train fast responses. And the way to train fast responses is to practice answering questions quickly, with whatever comes, without waiting for perfection. Let us do this right now. I am going to ask you a series of quick questions, and I want you to answer each one immediately, as fast as you can, with a short answer. Do not think. Just respond. What is your name? Answer now. Where are you right now? Answer now. What did you have for breakfast? Answer now. Are you tired or full of energy today? Answer now. What is one thing you need to do later? Answer now. Do you prefer mornings or nights? Answer now. How do you feel about your English right now? Answer now. Did you notice something? When you are forced to answer quickly, you stop overthinking. The answer just comes. Maybe not perfect, but real and fast. And that speed is what makes conversation feel natural. The truth is, your first, fast, simple answer is almost always good enough. The perfect answer you would build with more time is usually not better in any way that matters. It is just slower. And in conversation, slower is worse. Because conversation lives in real time. So train this. Every day, ask yourself quick questions and answer them immediately. Force the fast response. Build the habit of speaking before your fear has time to stop you. Because fluency is not about having more time to think. Fluency is about needing less. Now, let us talk about the practice that costs nothing, needs no partner, and builds more fluency than almost anything else. Talking to yourself. I know it might feel strange at first, but let me convince you. When you talk to yourself in English, you are giving your mouth the physical practice it needs. You are giving your brain the practice of connecting thought to English directly. You are building speaking volume, which is the single biggest factor in speaking improvement. And you are doing all of this in complete safety, where no one is judging you and no one is waiting. Talking to yourself removes the two biggest obstacles to speaking practice: the need for a partner and the fear of being judged, both gone. Which means you can practice as much as you want, whenever you want, about anything you want. Let me give you a simple structure for daily self-talk. Narrate your actions. As you move through your day, quietly describe what you are doing. I am making dinner. I am cutting the vegetables. This knife is not very sharp. I need to be careful. The water is boiling now. Narrate your thoughts. As thoughts arrive, put them into English. I keep forgetting to reply to that message. I should probably do it now. I do not really feel like it, but it will only take a minute. Narrate your plans. Talk through what you are going to do. First, I will finish this. Then, I will take a short break. After that, I need to make a call. And later, I want to relax a little. None of this requires special material. It all comes from your real life. And that is exactly why it works. Because you are practicing the English you actually need. The English of your real days. The English of your real thoughts. The English of your real life. Try this today. Choose 10 minutes. Maybe while cooking. Maybe while cleaning. Maybe on a walk. And narrate the whole time in English. Out loud, if you can. Quietly, if you need to. Just keep the English flowing for 10 full minutes. The first time, it will feel awkward. By the 10th time, it will feel normal. And somewhere along the way, your speaking will have become noticeably more comfortable. Not because you studied, because you spoke. Now, let us build something a little bigger. Because so far we have practiced short answers, quick responses, and small sentences. But real conversation also includes moments where you tell a story, where you describe something that happened, where you take 30 seconds or a minute to share an experience. And storytelling in English is a skill you can build. The secret to telling a story naturally is not complicated vocabulary. It is structure. A simple structure that carries the listener from the beginning to the end. And that structure uses small connecting words that you already know. Let me give you the connecting words that make a story flow. Say each one after me. So, say it. So, then, say it. Then, after that, say it. After that, but, say it. But, suddenly, say it. Suddenly, in the end. Say it. In the end. These small words are the skeleton of every story. They connect one event to the next. They carry the listener forward. And they give your story a natural shape. Let me show you how they work. Here is a simple story built entirely from short sentences connected by these words. So yesterday, I was walking to the store. Then it started to rain. I did not have an umbrella. But I kept walking. Suddenly, I saw a small shop, so I went inside to wait. In the end, the rain stopped after 10 minutes, and I finished my walk. Listen to how that flows. Every sentence is short. Every word is simple. But the connecting words, so, then, but, suddenly, in the end, they tie everything together into a real story. A story anyone could follow. A story that sounds natural. Now, let us practice telling a story. I want you to tell me about something that happened to you recently. Anything. A small moment. A normal day. Use the connecting words. Keep the sentences short. And just move from one event to the next. Start with so this morning, and continue from there. Tell me what happened. Out loud, right now. Take 30 seconds. Maybe your story sounded something like this. So, this morning I woke up late. Then I realized I had no coffee at home, but I really needed some. So, I went to the little shop near my house. After that, I felt much better. In the end, I was only a few minutes late. That is a story. A real story. Told in simple English with connecting words. And you can tell a story like that about almost anything that happens in your life, because your life is full of small stories, and every one of them is speaking practice. Let me give you a practice for building storytelling ability. Every evening, tell the story of your day, out loud, to yourself. Use the connecting words. Keep it simple. move from morning to night. So I woke up around 7. Then I had breakfast and got ready. After that, I started my work. In the afternoon, I took a short break, but then I got really busy again. In the end, I finished everything by the evening, and now I am relaxing 2 or 3 minutes every evening, telling the story of your day. And over time, storytelling becomes natural. The connecting words arrive automatically. The events flow from one to the next. And you develop the ability to hold a listener's attention for 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes in English. That ability is a huge part of real conversation, because conversations are not just questions and answers. They are also sharing. And sharing means telling small stories about your life. Now you have the tools to do exactly that. Let me also give you a set of phrases for starting a story, because sometimes the hardest part is the first sentence. These phrases give you a natural way to begin. Say each one after me. You will not believe what happened. Say it. You will not believe what happened. So the other day. Say it. So the other day. I have to tell you something funny. Say it. I have to tell you something funny. Something interesting happened to me. Say it. Something interesting happened to me. Let me tell you about my day. Say it. Let me tell you about my day. These openers do something powerful. They signal to the listener that a story is coming. They create a little bit of curiosity, and they give you a running start into your story so that you do not have to begin from a cold stop. Practice these. Combine them with your connecting words, and you have everything you need to tell any story about your life in simple, natural, flowing English. Now, I want to talk about the biggest obstacle of all, the one that stops more learners than grammar and vocabulary combined: fear of mistakes. Let me tell you something true. If you wait until you can speak without mistakes, you will wait forever. Because there is no such thing as speaking without mistakes. Not for learners, not for advanced speakers, not even for native speakers. Native speakers make mistakes constantly. They start sentences and change direction. They use the wrong word and correct themselves. They forget what they were saying. They say and They repeat themselves. They fix their grammar mid-sentence. And none of it stops them. They keep going, because they understand something that learners often forget. The goal is communication, not perfection. Your mistakes are not failures. They are evidence. Evidence that you are speaking. Evidence that you are trying. Evidence that you are in the game instead of watching from the side. And here is something important. Most of your mistakes do not even prevent communication. If you say, I go to the store yesterday, instead of I went to the store yesterday, the other person still understands you completely. The mistake is there, but the communication succeeded. And communication is the goal. So I want to give you a new relationship with mistakes. Instead of fearing them, expect them. Instead of stopping when they happen, continue. Instead of treating them as proof that you are bad at English, treat them as proof that you are practicing English. Say this with me. Mistakes are part of speaking. I will make them and keep going. Say it again. Mistakes are part of speaking. I will make them and keep going. Now let me give you some phrases for the moments when you make a mistake and want to keep the conversation moving smoothly. Sorry, let me say that again. Say it. Sorry, let me say that again. Say it. What I meant was. Say it. What I meant was. Let me rephrase that. Say it. Let me rephrase that. Actually. Say it. Actually. These little phrases let you correct yourself naturally, the same way native speakers do, without breaking the flow of the conversation. You make a small mistake. You say, I mean. You fix it. You keep going. No drama. No stopping. No embarrassment. Just natural self-correction, which is a normal part of how everyone speaks. Now let us talk about something that transforms flat English into living English. Your voice. Many learners speak English in a flat, careful, monotone way. Every word gets the same weight. Every sentence has the same energy. And even when the grammar is correct, the speech sounds unnatural because real speech is not flat. Real speech has movement. It rises and falls. It speeds up and slows down. It carries feeling. The difference between flat English and living English is not vocabulary. It is not grammar. It is emotion and emphasis. Let me show you. Here is a flat sentence. That was a great movie. Said flatly, with no feeling. It sounds like a fact from a report. Now, here is the same sentence with life. That was a great movie. The word great gets emphasis. The voice lifts, and suddenly it sounds like a real reaction from a real person who actually enjoyed the film. Let us practice adding life to your English. I'm going to give you sentences, and I want you to say them with real feeling. Not flat. Alive. I am so excited about this. Say it with real excitement. I am so excited about this. That is amazing. Say it like you really mean it. That is amazing. I cannot believe it. Say it with genuine surprise. I cannot believe it. I really needed that. Say it with real relief. I really needed that. This is so good. Say it with real enjoyment. This is so good. Feel the difference? When your voice carries feeling, your English comes alive. It stops sounding like a language exercise and starts sounding like a human being sharing a real moment. And here is something interesting. Adding emotion to your speech does not just make you sound more natural, it also makes you feel more confident. Because when you commit to a sentence emotionally, you commit to it fully. You are not holding back. You are not speaking carefully and quietly, hoping not to be noticed. You are present. You are engaged. And presence is the foundation of confidence. So practice emotion. Take the sentences you say every day and say them with feeling. Let your voice move. Let it rise and fall. Let it carry what you actually feel. Your English will transform. Now, let us bring everything together with a complete daily practice routine. Something you can do every day in about 15 minutes. Something that touches every skill we have practiced today. 3 minutes. Think in English. Choose one part of your day and narrate it silently or quietly in English. Small thoughts, simple sentences, direct English, no translation. 3 minutes. Answer quick questions. Ask yourself 5 or 6 questions about your life and answer each one immediately, without overthinking. Build the fast response habit. 3 minutes. Practice expressions. Choose 3 ready-made expressions from your collection. Say each one several times. Then use each one in a sentence about your own life. 3 minutes. Self-talk with emotion. Narrate something you did today, out loud, with feeling in your voice. Not flat. Alive. Let the emotion come through. 3 minutes. Free speaking. No structure. No question. Just speak about anything for 3 minutes. Do not stop. Do not correct. Keep the English flowing. 15 minutes. 5 sections. Every day. And I want to be honest with you about what this does and does not do. It does not make you fluent in a week. Nothing does. What it does is build the habit of daily active practice. And daily active practice is the only thing that moves English from the passive side to the active side. From understanding to speaking. From knowing to using. 15 minutes a day for 30 days is 7.5 hours of active speaking practice. And 7.5 hours of active speaking practice will change your English more than 70 hours of reading grammar rules. Because you are practicing the exact skill you want to build, speaking. Not knowing about speaking. Now, before we finish, I want to give you a way to measure your progress because one of the hardest things about learning to speak is that the daily changes are so small you cannot feel them. And when you cannot feel progress, it is easy to lose motivation. So here is what I want you to do. Today, right now, record yourself. Answer one question for 1 minute. Something like, describe your typical day or talk about why you are learning English. Record it. Save it. Do not delete it. Do not judge it. Just save it. Then 30 days from now, after you have done your daily practice, record yourself answering the same question. And compare the two recordings. You will hear the difference. The second version will be smoother. The sentences will come more easily. The pauses will be shorter. The confidence will be stronger. And that difference, heard with your own ears, is the most motivating thing in the world. Because it is proof. Undeniable proof that the practice works, that you are improving, that the effort is paying off. Progress is real. It is just quiet. And recording yourself is how you turn quiet progress into something you can actually hear. Now let us do one final practice together. A complete conversation moment. I am going to give you a scenario, and I want you to respond using everything we practiced today. Simple sentences, ready-made expressions, a fast response, some emotion in your voice. Here is the scenario. A friend you have not seen in a while says to you, "Hey, it has been so long. How have you been? What is new with you?" Respond now, out loud, for about 30 seconds. Use what you have. Maybe your response sounded something like this. "Hey, it really has been a long time. I have been good, actually. Pretty busy, to be honest. Work has been a lot lately, but I cannot complain. Oh, and by the way, I have been practicing my English every day. It is going really well. I feel a lot more confident now." That response is natural. It uses simple sentences. It uses ready-made expressions like "to be honest" and "by the way." It has emotion. And it flows. That is the kind of speaking we have been building toward this whole session. And you just produce something very much like it, in your own words, about your own life. That is real English. And it is yours. Subscribe to English Speaking right now if you are not already. Every week, we bring you new speaking practice, new listening sessions, new graded reader content designed to move your English from passive to active, from understanding to speaking, from knowing to using. Turn on notifications so you never miss a session. Because the learners who practice every day are the ones who transform. Leave a comment below right now. Tell me one thing you are going to start doing after today. One habit, one practice, one change. Write it in English, even if it is simple, even if it is imperfect. Let your active English come out right here, right now, in this community. And share this session with one person who understands English but struggles to speak it. Because that person needs to hear that the problem is not their knowledge. The problem is that their English has been sitting passive for too long, and it is time to activate it. Your English is already inside you. Today was about learning to let it out. Keep thinking in English. Keep speaking simply. Keep responding quickly. Keep making mistakes and moving forward. Keep adding emotion to your voice. Keep practicing every single day. Because that is how passive English becomes active English. That is how knowledge becomes ability. And that is how you become the confident English speaker you already have everything you need to be. Start today. Come back tomorrow. I will see you in the next session.